Next up, we have David from Seascape, who's going to be demoing actually a few different of the games that Seascape has running that are kind of at the intersection of DeFi and NFTs. So I think it's a really interesting demo for one, but an interesting space to be in. And I'll let you take it from here, David.
Thank you, Katie. I'm David Johansson. I'm the founder and CEO of the Seascape Network. We're a game platform focused on DeFi and NFT economy. I've been working in blockchain for the last 4 years and gaming for the last 10 years for companies such as Paradox and for a lot of Chinese studios, basically helping to take Chinese games and repurpose them for the Western markets. So during our time making Block Lords, which was released on a number of blockchains, such as Neo, Tron, Loom, and Matic, we basically realized that there was a lot of blockchain infrastructure work to be done to make gaming across the chains really possible. So in 2020, we decided to work on the Seascape Network, which was going to be a blockchain platform across chains where users could really easily play with DeFi and NFT games. And I'd like to demo this this project, which is coming to Moonbeam very shortly. So if I'm going to share my screen. So here we go. This is the Seascape Network. We've already launched on Ethereum and on Binance Smart Chain, and Moonbeam is going to be our third blockchain that we're going to be launching on. So as you can see, we're a game platform designed around DeFi and designed around NFTs. And what we want to do is really make it easier for users to play across different blockchains and to transfer their assets across different blockchains. Our first game is Profit Circus, which is basically a gamified version of liquidity mining. So Profit Circus was already launched on Ethereum and on BSC and has had almost $10 million in value locked into it. And as you can see, it looks and feels like a game, but it is designed around the power of DeFi. So users can actually stake their liquidity mining tokens and easily start earning tokens. So in this particular case, they're going to start earning crowns as soon as they deposit liquidity tokens. And since this was our first game, which we launched 2 months ago, we also wanted to give a special NFT prize to all of our users. So as you can see here, the user, after having deposited LP tokens, will also be winning an NFT. So what we've done as well is we've created a system so that NFTs are easily added into games and created by users so that basically any game developer can add this into their own games. So as you can see here, the user has won an NFT from staking liquidity mining tokens. If the user comes back later, you can see here that he's actually won different CWS tokens and can now claim them. And we've done the claiming process from liquidity mining into a gamified aspect as well. So this was the first game we launched. We launched it on Ethereum in February and in Binance in late February as well. And as I mentioned, it's seen over $10 million in liquidity locked. And it was the first proof of concept for us that blockchain DeFi gaming actually worked and could get real users. This is our second game, NFT Brawl, which launched in March, as also both on Ethereum and on BSC. And here the concept is a bit more simple. The idea is that users can easily mint NFTs directly within a game. And here you can see our leaderboard reward, which was a daily and season reward that we gave to our users based on how many NFTs they minted and how much CWS they spent. So if we look at this, here the idea is that you're creating high quality NFTs based on a certain rate. So if we look at the rate, we can actually see that depending on how much they spend, they can get different qualities of NFTs. We'll explain how qualities matter in the next game, Staking Saloon. But basically here you can see the user is spending a token. This contract works on Ethereum, works on BSC, and will of course work on Moonbeam once it's launched. And if we look here, the amount spent determines the quality of the data received. This will have a lot of impact later on when we move to on-chain random number generators. So here we go. The transaction is confirmed, and we're going to be seeing which NFT we just won. And here we go. I just want a special Trixie. And special is not the highest type of NFT, but it's not bad. It's better than the common ones that you saw were just given out in Profit Circus. So NFT Brawl was step 2 of our entire process. Here we wanted to really easily create NFTs within games and make those tools available to game developers so that anyone can create an NFT directly within a game. The third part of our DeFi game trio, which we're launching this spring, is staking Saloon. So now you can take the hard-earned NFTs you got from game 1 and 2 and stake them for actual CWS profits. So here we go. We've got 3 Trixies, as you can see. I'm going to stake these NFTs into our third smart contract, which is the staking Saloon. And boom, right away, you can see I'm earning. So just from this NFT, I can earn 0.4 CWS per day. But I have 2 more NFTs, so I'm just going to add them as well. And after a quick confirmation process, thanks to Binance Smart Chain, I can get in here. Of course, we're going to be just as smooth, even faster on Moonbeam when we get there. And here we go. So now I've staked 3 of my NFTs, and actually I'm getting a 10% bonus when I claim my rewards. So this is the third and final game in our DeFi mini game series. And as you can see, when I claim, I can claim my NFT. What happens, what's unique to our system is that when you claim the NFTs, they're actually burned, which creates demand for the NFTs to stake new ones and sends them back to the second game to create more NFTs. And here we go. So these games are quite simple at first. They don't seem like a lot, but actually what we're working on is creating the tools so that other game developers can easily implement ideas such as LP mining, NFT minting, NFT staking, and many more ideas that we've been working on and that are actually quite hard to implement into these games. And this is all leading to our DeFi launchpad, DeFi gaming launchpad, where users are going to be able to basically, game developers are going to be able to easily implement DeFi gaming into their own games and offer them to users. So that's basically it. We're launching on Moonriver as soon as the platform is ready. And I also have an announcement about a Moonbeam exclusive game that we'll be launching in the fall as soon as Moonbeam is ready. So that's it for me. And if there are any questions, Katie, or if you'd like to ask something, I'm happy to answer.
First of all, I'm very excited about the Moonbeam specific game. I think that's going to be probably the most exciting thing I get to see happen on Moonbeam since I'm in marketing, and those are always things I like. There is one question here in the Q&A. I don't know if you have time to address it, David, but it's just asking about games that come out that don't require a barrier to entry. So maybe something that isn't quite so monetarily focused.
It's definitely in the works. The problem with blockchain right now and blockchain gaming in general is that there is a huge barrier to entry. Wallets are hard to install. You have to find out how to get crypto. And sure, that's getting easier with DeFi, but it's definitely not easy by any means. And there's a lot of infrastructure issues that still have to be solved. For example, in our early versions of on Ethereum and on BSC, games would go down because of node issues quite often. And this is something that I'm actually quite excited for Moonbeam about, because I know there's a lot of robust work being done on that front. So the short answer is, right now, there's so much to be focused on blockchain that it's a pretty bad thing to say as a game developer, but actually onboarding of non-blockchain users is not even a priority yet, because we need to get it working to a point where it's seamless. And when we get to that point, then we can really start attracting those normal users who we can't expect to really invest too much into the games.
Yeah, and just, from my own personal perspective, one of the most exciting things about what you're doing is that it does have kind of all of these components that are only possible in blockchain, which I think is sort of, indicative of all the new capabilities that we're gaining through some of the more recent technological advancements. So I think that's a good thing. I think there's a lot of work we can do, certainly on the Moonbeam side as a platform, but also on the Seascape side, since you're building end user facing applications. There's still a lot of work to do to kind of address your point. First focus on existing DeFi users and then expand to kind of the normal folks out there who maybe are new to it. But it's something that everyone is starting to focus on more and more. So I think we'll make that transition.
Exactly. And our hope is that as we make these tools available from the first few games to other game developers, they're going to be able to unleash their creativity in a way we can't, because we're so focused on the infrastructure stuff. But we're really hoping that we'll be able to help other teams really make that reality come true.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you, David, for this. We'll wrap this early and head on into the next session, which is going to be for the end user track. It's going to be Zero Exchange. So if you guys want to hop over to that, feel free. Thank you again for your time. This will be auto recorded and available at this link for anyone who wants to go back and rewatch.